Good morning, everybody. Dr. Dan here with Beacon of Life Chiropractic, and I wanted to explain to you this morning one of the most common health issues we see that keeps people from doing what they love to do and what they need to do on a daily basis. And that health concern is numbness and tingling, specifically in the hands and fingers. And we see this and get this question all the time because it's so common, but it's not normal, meaning there's a cause to it. And what the word doctor means is teacher. And I don't know how many of you know that, but what we pride ourselves in doing here is teaching as far as where are these symptoms coming from? What's the root cause of the symptom? So I want to dive into this with you. And when you look at numbness and tingling, I want to explain to you how the anatomy or how the structure works in the neck. So these are 5 of the bones in your neck. And from in between each of those bones comes a nerve root, one to the right, one to the left. And at the middle to the base of the neck is where we're looking. And if you look over in this picture here, this is a side view of somebody's neck, and they're looking that way. And there wants to be a nice C-shaped curve, just like a shock absorber, for the weight of the head to be distributed with a nice shock absorber evenly. And so when you look at the base of the neck, these nerves, where they're coming is right down here through the shoulders, into the arms, and down to the fingertips. So when you have that shock absorber in the neck, these nerve roots are protected. There's cushions, there's the shock absorber there, and they can run down to the hands, to the fingers, have the grip strength, also the fine motor grip, such as with handwriting and things like that. And they come right from here. So a lot of times people are told that they have carpal tunnel syndrome, or they have nerve damage in their fingers and in their hands, and they're not told what's causing it, and more importantly, what they can do to go about addressing the root cause of the issue. Most times we see people that are just told to manage the pain, to take muscle relaxers, get injections, pain medications, different sorts of drugs really to mask the symptom. Rarely are people ever told what's causing the issue. So what we say is to see is to know, and not to see is to guess. So when we do our assessments in this office, what we're looking for is, number one, is there pressure and irritation on these nerve roots that come out from the spine, and how severe is that pressure? And then the other thing that we look for is the structure. So we're looking for the function of the nerves, we're looking for the structure of the spine. So again, we do a lot of videos, I do this example a lot, but this is a 10-pound shot put here. That's about the weight of your head. And if you have a nice shock absorber in your neck, just like this curve in my wrist, it's very easy to support this weight. If you do not, and why that curve is so important, if you bring the curve forward so it's straight, or for a lot of people even in the reverse direction, you're holding the weight of this whole 10-pound bowling ball, this 10-pound shot put here, out front, and all these muscles are becoming very tight, carrying tension back here, tension headaches a lot of times, and then where the pressure is placed is at the base of the neck, right here, and it irritates and compresses these nerves going down the arms into the hands and fingers. The end result symptom most times is numbness and tingling, weakness of grip strength. So I want to explain to you how it works as far as grip strength with power grip, and that would be these bottom 2 fingers, okay? And so T1 at the very base of the neck, those nerves travel down and they go to these 2 fingers, the pinky and the ring finger. And that, like if you're grabbing a jug of milk or something like that, something heavy, and you can hold on to it, that's that grip strength there. So a lot of times folks experience weakness of grip strength, and the issue's coming from C7T1. You can see it on the nerve assessment, you can see it on the x-ray. Now, does that person need surgery? Do they need more cortisone injections? Do they need pain medications just to mask the symptom? Sometimes, if it's a last resort and there's so much damage and degeneration that's really their end result, but 99+% of the time, people are not at that point, and you can have a natural solution to address the structure. That's what Principled Chiropractic cares about, and that's what we do here in the office with our gentle and specific technique called the torque release technique. So that's power grip. Fine motor grip are these 3 fingers here. Like if you were to grab a pen and you're doing handwriting, that fine motor grip, these 3 fingers. So if you do this, that makes a 6. So these two fingers, the thumb and the index finger, come from C6. The nerve roots from the base of the neck at C6 go right there. And then C7 goes down to the middle finger. So that's a little bit about the numbness and tingling, the grip strength, fine motor grip, power grip, and where those nerve roots come from. The last thing that I want to explain to you is how common it is not to have the curve in the neck. Now in 1980, 38 years ago, 2 people out of 10 didn't have the proper curve in the neck. Today in 2018, it's 9 out of 10. 9 people out of 10 do not have the proper curve in the neck. So I'm just going to take this out actually, bring it closer to you. So if you look at these 2 pictures here, the one on your right has the proper C-shaped curve, distributing the weight of the head evenly throughout the spine over the center of gravity. That's the way that things should be. Shock absorber. What happens if you have a car without shocks? It's a pretty bumpy ride. If you leave that there for 35 years, do you think the tires are going to wear out unevenly, more rapidly, with a misaligned car and without shocks? Absolutely. Well, the same's true for the neck and the rest of the spine for that matter. So this is what I mean by not having a proper C-shaped curve in the neck. It's straight, and this one is actually going in the opposite direction, negative 1.8 degrees. So again, we're holding that shot put out front, or a big old bowling ball we're holding way out here as opposed to in here close to us. This is where it bears the stress. So if you suffer with numbness and tingling in your hands and fingers, or you know someone who does, they need to get checked for nerve interference here in the base of the neck specifically, and what does the structure of their neck look like, okay? We're not looking to do surgery, we're not looking to mask symptoms, but this is, as you can see, pre and post x-ray, able to be improved or corrected depending upon how much degeneration is there, how long the issue has been there when folks begin under care. But again, we believe to get to the cause is the best way to address the issue, not to mask the symptoms. So that's what our goal is to do. And I want to show you the last thing over here on the screen. That's an image of how the nerves from the base of the neck come down to the arm. And I want to show you the assessment technology that we use. And this would be an example right here. So you can see that the red at the middle and lower part of the neck there, that's severe nerve interference, severe pressure on these nerves that we just spoke about going right down there. So again, you know, if someone has a symptom, they're typically not given a straight answer as to what's causing that symptom. So instead of just not knowing any different, or instead of making your health decisions out of fear, what we say is get assessed, see how the nerves are functioning, see what the structure of your neck is. Remember, 9 people out of 10 do not have the proper curve in the neck that we see here locally in the practice. And there's symptoms that are far-reaching and health dysfunction that's far-reaching beyond numbness and tingling. That's for another video, but I wanted to let you know, this question here we get all the time, literally multiple times a day. Electricians, folks who work at computers, folks who are on their tablets and their phones all the time, hairdressers and barbers, all kind of different occupations require folks to be forward with their head, their arms, their shoulders, working in front of them, even driving. And so we see the symptoms. Folks typically don't know what to do about it. So again, Dr. Dan McClimon here with Beacon of Life Chiropractic. We can't wait to see you guys in the practice, and mention this video and tag a friend underneath who needs to see this video. And we look forward to serving you. Have a great day. God bless.